Good morning. This is the video newsletter for buysellshort.com for Sunday, October 4th. Red market again this past week. Economic data came in pretty mixed with a slight negative bias over the last few reports. And then Friday it was topped off by a worse than expected unemployment report. We were expecting, or the market was expecting, about $180,000 job losses, and we got an extra 80,000 job losses. Funny thing is, for you conspiracy theorists, Goldman Sachs, a few hours before the close on Thursday, which coincided with the big sell off we saw late on Thursday, came out and revised their number to $250,000 or jobs being lost. Kind of coincidental that they do that right before the report comes out. And, the fact that it was Goldman Sachs again just shows you how much power these guys have when it comes to information these days. Anyway, here we're looking at the Dow 15-minute chart. You can see we're still within that bullish falling wedge right now. Support is down at 9,400. If we flip over to the daily chart, however, scroll up here, you can see we ended the day right at the 50-day moving average, 94.58 area. So this little hammer, looks like a little hammer we have here on the chart on the candlestick. If we're able to bounce back on Monday and see a decently green close on Monday, we could be looking at a near-term bottom here in the market. We've got this uptrend line support going back to August. We've got that hammer. We've got the 50-day moving average, and stochastics also at the 20 level. So the ingredients are here for a bounce. Whether we see that bounce back to the 20-day exponential remains to be seen. We'll know tomorrow. As it stands, we continue to remain high cash right now. 70% plus cash is what we want to be sitting on. And let's just play it by ear and see what happens. If we check out the US dollar chart, this has been a big part of the sell-off we've seen in the market. As you can see, the dollar has slowly walked its way higher over the last couple of weeks, and that actually has coincided with this sell-off that we've seen in the market. So dollar looks top tier, hopefully near term. We're at a lot of resistance on RSI at 50. That's been resistance since the June lows. RSIs, our stochastics, are also up at resistance and turning down. So the only reason we're paying attention to the dollar right now is because it's got an inverse relation with the market. So, we sort of want the dollar to drop here so that we can see, the market bounce back. SMH, another close below the 50-day moving average. We need to see the SMH pop on Monday. The last couple of dips below the 50-day moving average for the SMH has seen a nice big bounce back after that close. So, techs have been a big leadership portion of this market, so we really need to see the SMH bounce back tomorrow, so we'll be keeping a very close eye on it. One worrisome sign, however, on the SMH is we've seen a really big spike in volume, and with the size of the down move we've seen, that's not exactly a bullish event. But let's jump into some stock plays here. PTN, very nice winner for us on Thursday, traded as high as 43 cents. Saw a little retrace on Friday, but not really a surprise. Stock looks really, really good here. Very, very strong volume over the last few days. And in my opinion, this one is very, very cheap down here. It's going to continue to ride this uptrend. Breakout is 45 cents. Target 60 cents on this one. BNXbanks.com. This is another one of our 20-cent stocks that we're just sitting patiently in. All of these have been running to the 40 to 70 cent area, with just a matter of patience on these. SLTC, same sort of thing. We've got this very nice symmetrical triangle here. Very strong support at 32 cents. Breakout is 40 cents. These guys have a lot of cash. Market cap equals cash. And, it's just a matter of time, just like all the other monster winners we've had over the last few weeks, that this one breaks out, and the cash balance makes it very, very easy to sit in this one with a position, and strong support sitting just below. VTRO, very active the last couple of days. We did see a paint down at the close on Friday, but before the late day weekend sellers moved in, this one was looking very, very good, and this is the same kind of action we saw before it did this kind of move. So let's keep a very close eye on VTRO this week. ZHNE continues to just tread water here. It's holding its 50-day moving average at 48 cents. RSI has flatlined, volume has died off, and stochastics are, in oversold levels. ADX remains strong, and given what its peers have done recently, this one just continues to look like an absolute gem, in my opinion. Let's check out ACLS, one of its other peers. Check this move out. And these guys are burning cash like there's no tomorrow. They only have enough cash for another quarter. And this stock over the last month has gone up 20%, while we've been sitting here with ZHNE just trading water. This one will go to $1, in my opinion, in the next several weeks. It's just a matter of being patient and sitting on it. Look at the valuations that are being afforded its peers. ACLS, BKH, not BK, this is BKHM. OCLR, all its peers are just up dramatically over the last several weeks. This is the last cheap one down here. It will not last. Quick mention on ASTM. Yes, some traders continue to think this is a frustrating play, but look at the number of spikes we've seen from 42 cents to 48 to 50 cents. I mean, that's a 20% move. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4 in the last week and a half. Fantastic. We're back down to support again. These guys are presenting at some more conferences in the coming days, and just watch the volume. Buy here, sell here is pretty much the game on this stock until it breaks out. So you can play with a core position and then a scalp position. You pick your scalp position up here, you sell it on spikes, you look to build a free core position. We've done this many times this year on a lot of plays, and it's worked fantastic for us. Quick mention on FTWR. This one's up quite a bit over the last several weeks, but the chart's looking ready for another breakout move here. So keep a very close eye on this stock this week. Would look actually to possibly nibble this one $1.10 and under, with stops at $1. A breakout here is $1.15, and it could make a move to $1.35, especially if the market actually does bounce this week. So stick this one on your radar. Indicators look very, very good. RSI is at a bounce spot. ADX remains very, very strong here, and this stock is just popping up on many of my pop scans, a lot of different scans, and usually that's a good sign when you see a stock appearing on multiple scan. Couple of stocks to keep an eye on this week. BDSI, biotech stock. It's been sold off pretty heavily recently. Real breakout on this one is as 525, but if you've got some risk tolerance, a move over $5 would be a small buy consideration, with stops at 4. You could do 491. If you've got a little risk tolerance, you could put it at the 20-day exponential. That's at 473. 525 is breakout confirmation here, and we'd be looking for about a 10% move to the 575 to $6 area. Last but not least, short watch play here, Jack in the Box, JACK. We've got a triple bottom breakdown possibly occurring here on Monday. If it doesn't see a breakout, would look to short this one or possibly pick up some puts on a break of 1980. And then you could place your stops at the 20-day exponential 2060. Target would be a move, to at least $18 here. But the rule of thumb is the more times a stock tests its support level and continues to test it, inevitably it's going to break. So if there's redness in the market on Monday, this one's very likely going to break down. So, this is one. Even if you don't trade or short or do put options, it's definitely something to keep an eye on, especially for you new guys trying to learn how to do charting. Keep an eye on this one. We've got a breakdown possibly looming here, and target will be 18. Great stock to keep an eye on and learn how to look for short plays. So that's really it for this week. We're hoping for a bounce tomorrow, but whether we see it remains to be seen. We've got a lot of conflicting indicators out there. We possibly could see some more downside to the 9,200 area. Earnings are still, 3 weeks off, and that was the catalyst to spark us after the last couple of sell-offs. So we might be looking at some weakness, over the next couple of weeks. Still prefer us to be high cash versus shorting at will right now. I still have a long bias, and, we'll continue to maintain that stance. Look for dip opportunities to get fast scalps, and then just see how this market reacts Monday and Tuesday. That's it for the video. See you guys in the chat room tomorrow. Goodbye.